Welcome back to Coffee Break with the Chamber Chicks. Everybody knows the holidays are the most magical time of year, but between deadlines, family, budgets, all the holiday things, stress can creep in fast. Today, we are diving into holiday survival mode the right way, with real self-care, burnout prevention, and small habits that protect your peace and your productivity. We're chatting with our sweet friend, Jennessa Sabella of Peace Mama Spa about practical ways to recharge, lead well while overwhelmed, and stay mentally and physically fueled through the holiday season. So refill your cup of coffee, unclench your jaw, and let's make this the calmest holiday season yet. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us for Coffee Break with the Chamber Chicks. It's your White County Chamber Chicks. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Beth.
And thanks for joining us today. We have got Jennessa from Peace Mama Spa here with us today. So we're so glad to have you here. As we get started, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, about Peace Mama for some of our listeners who may not be familiar with your business?
Sure. So I'm Jennessa, and I'm a massage therapist. And I have specialties in interesting things like pregnancy, fertility, fibromyalgia. And so I own two businesses, one in Cumming called Bliss Mama, and then the one here in Cleveland called Peace Mama. And we are a holistic healing spa for women. So we do massages and facials and fun stuff like that, but with a focus on helping women.
Love it.
It's amazing. Love that it's called Peace Mama, and we're coming upon a very stressful time for everyone, really. But we have a lot of women business owners, and I know your practice is particular towards our women in our community. How, as a business owner, do you manage the stress of everything?
So, okay.
As a mother, as a business owner,
especially with the holidays on
it's
top
hard.
of all
It's
that.
definitely hard, and I think most people who are in business, particularly entrepreneurs, our brains are just like always wanting to do a million different things because you have that creative motivation. And so for me, sometimes I have to just dial it back, because I can get really into like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to run this special. We're going to have these products. And then it's at home too, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to have a cookie party. We're going to decorate 15 types of cookies. We're going to have a gingerbread display. And then we're going to make 5 kinds of hot chocolate.
You're going to have to get out of my head. You know that, right?
So I think that's a common thing with women, right? Mm-hmm. Like we dream up these really cool things. But to hold yourself accountable to do that would only create so much more stress that honestly, the people around you, it's all self-driven. The people around you are not expecting that. It's all internal pressure.
They're like, I don't care if we do 2 cookies instead of 14, you know?
Right? Like my husband's like, oh, cool, you made cookies. He doesn't really care how many different kinds of cookies, right? Like, so I think dialing it back and just recognizing that that's a thing and that sometimes we can put too much pressure on ourselves to, even though it's fueled with excitement, it can kind of backfire and create undue stress.
That will take away from the joy of the moment that you really want. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. So just like honoring simplicity.
I love that. Honoring simplicity.
That's going on our board.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So what are some of the things that you see are the biggest stressor, whether it's holiday or just general? What are some of the biggest stressors you see in your clients, during this time?
So I think just kind of having too many things going on, having, systemic overwhelm, right? Like it's very easy to sort of like I was saying, have all of these things going on both at home and at work, and they pile up on you and you end up stressed out even though you may not be able to identify what it is. Mm-hmm. That's probably the biggest problem. People will say, I'm just so stressed out, but they can't label a particular thing in their life that's causing the stress. It's just there.
It's just a constant.
It's just there. And with women in particular, we hold stress in our bodies very differently than men. So it may be something, because our fascia actually responds to our emotions. And I won't geek out on you too much.
No,
but
geek out on us.
I don't know.
I've
That's
never
a really interesting thing. So our fascia is a layer between the skin and the muscle. And I like to describe it like a sweater, right? So if you pull one thread on a sweater, what happens? The whole thing, you're going to have that pull all the way up, like that whole line. That happens in our bodies. So it can spill over to where you have like these tight spots behind your shoulders, behind the shoulder blades, and coming up into the neck. And then you have a headache, and you don't really know why it's there. But with women, it does tend to be that just like overwhelm in general that causes that. So you wake up one morning, you're like, I can't turn my neck to the left. What's going on? And it's generally not from like, oh, I injured my shoulder doing this action. It's more, I let the stress of life catch up to me, and my fascia is reacting.
Interesting.
And we probably need to drink water.
We all need to drink more water. And I think the easiest thing that most people can do for that too, though, is just have the awareness. Just notice. So even if you're excited about something, you know, that can still translate as stress to your body. So notice what your body's doing. If your shoulders are coming up, or if you're like pulling your...
I'm like listening
Just
to you like as
right? Exactly.
From the girl
you
who's
know.
trying to remodel a house over here.
Oh, she told me, yeah, she's got just a few things going on. Just a
little finger
couple. But yeah, just having that body awareness and like, oh, okay, I need to probably let my shoulders relax down, create a little space between the ears and the shoulders.
Breathe.
Right. All of that. Just being aware of that is so important.
So when you say like that men and women, so do men not, the fascia doesn't react the same
So
way?
here's what I've seen, because I've been in the massage field for 23 years, and it's only been in the last 9 years that I really went into just specializing with women. So I, have a lot of years of experience also with like general population massage therapy. Men tend to, when men encounter stress, their body will also tense up, but then it's like really fast. So they have a response, and then it's gone. And then they're like, hey, what's up? Right? Like, whatever.
And we wear it like a badge.
And we collect it. We keep putting one more thing on, and we never actually, like, let it out. So then it stacks up more. That's sort of what I've witnessed in the bodies.
Wow. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
And if you pay attention, you'll see that. Men tend to be like...
Oh, for sure.
They may yell. They may, like, have to go, do something like lift stuff or, like, go for a run or do something that's, like, really vigorous. And then they get that out of their system, and then they're good.
Yep.
But we are like, no, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm totally fine. I got this. And then before you know it, you're like, why can't I move my shoulder?
I'm feeling attacked. No, I'm like so guilty of this, Jennessa.
Yeah. Christmas season is here, and Peace Mama Spa is the perfect place for women to escape the hustle and bustle. Find your peace with massage therapy, facials, and spa services, specializing in women's health. Book your services or buy a gift certificate for that special lady in your life at peacemamaspa.com.
So, Jennessa, that's incredibly informative, but so clearly, and as I said when you came in, I need to get a massage. So I was thinking about you this morning. I really need to go get a massage. How can neglecting our self-care during the holidays affect our work, our leadership styles, and our decision-making?
It's that whole you can't pour from an empty cup thing, right? If we are neglecting our own self-care, and self-care can look like a million different things, but, primarily, are we drinking water? Are we eating food that's healthy for us? Are we making some time to move our body, get outside, sleep? Like, all of those basics really count in this category for self-care. It's not just about bubble baths and stuff like that. It's like are our basic needs being met, right? And
start there.
Again, like, women tend to roll those things into the category of self-care, even though they really are essential human needs. So if we neglect them, literally the neurons in our brain are not going to fire correctly. We can't think. We are drowning in brain fog, and it's hard to remember things. all of that spills over into our ability to function at work, to function at home. Like if your body isn't cared for, you can't help care for others around you.
Very true.
It's like a shutdown.
I saw something the other day that was like, I mean, I'm paraphrasing, this is not the way it was said, but like that people focus too much on self-care as like the reactive side. Like you said, a bubble bath after a long stressful day or whatever. And they were like, if we would just like take care of ourselves like on the front end, we wouldn't have to do so much like self-care to recover.
Listen, like the whole paradigm of prevention, it's so important. It's so important, you know, in everything. If we just think forward and act based on like, how is my future self going to feel if I skip breakfast and lunch today versus if I actually eat some protein and like fuel myself
Or
you
sleep
know?
or go to bed. Or
Yeah. And sleep can be hard, you know.
Sleep is tough.
That's its whole own category because sometimes even when you have the intention to sleep, it can be so difficult to get your brain to do the thing. So that's where you have to develop some practices around that, you know. Take your magnesium, take a hot shower, do something to help your muscles relax. And then I think a lot of people, especially business owners, because we have 15 million things on our to-do list
all the tabs
time,
open in our brain.
Every
all the
tab,
time.
you have to kind of brain dump it out. So like just
That's
get a
what I
pen and
do.
pencil, write it down, because once it's, you know, or put it in the notes, more likely in
On your
today's
phone.
world. Yeah, you just open the notes tab and like put it all in there. Then you can kind of like release it. Like I'm not going to forget while I'm sleeping because I just wrote it down. And then when I wake up, I'm going to go right to that
Then
notes
I'll pick
tab
it
and
right
pick
up
up
and
where
go.
I left off, right? But you create some sort of, you have to create some sort of structured ritual to help yourself sleep.
And I think it's really a mental exercise. It really is.
Yeah, and just like any other exercise, you have to do it
Practice.
over and over and over again. And it's painful at first, but then it becomes just part of your life and it gets easier, you know, to do those things. So like for me, I love skincare. And I actually have like a whole, it makes me feel better. So I wash my face and I use a little brush to put on my toner and, you know, do like facial massage when I put on the moisturizer. And it may seem really silly. It may seem superficial, but
No, it makes you look very young.
okay, thank you so much. But, you know, it's also just a way that I unwind. So it just helps me to relax. You know, like if the kids are trying to ask me a million questions, my husband knows, like, no,
This is not the time.
don't go in there. She's washing her face. And don't ask questions why it takes 30 minutes for her to wash her face. Right?
It doesn't matter. Not your
No,
business.
Mind your business.
It's important. But, you know, self-care can look like that. It may not be, you know, these cliches.
The bubble bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think are some, obviously developing like a sleep structure and routine and kind of a wind down, what are some other sort of quick or actionable practices that you think our business owners or just, you know, the everyday person can incorporate during a busy holiday week or during the season to kind of take care of themselves?
Okay, so I think it is so important to make time for something that is purely for joy. So instead of thinking about like, did this accomplish something? You know, it's just
It accomplished joy.
yeah, like joy is important. It's so important. And so I think it's a big deal if you can look at your life, look at what your responsibilities are professionally and personally. And then even if it's just 15 minutes, you know, find something that just makes you feel good purely for pleasure. It doesn't have to, you know, lead to some sort of outcome. It's just something that makes you feel good. And that can be like really counterintuitive, especially for business owners.
Like
Yeah.
I love an outcome. You know,
exactly.
I
Like-
love a let's do that task
And check.
you know.
Yeah.
And then
Sure.
I feel
Maybe
like
you just write joy on your list.
yeah.
And
And
check.
if that's
But it's
what
like,
you
you
have
know,
to
you
do,
feel like, oh, I'm, you know, doing this thing that brings me joy and you're like, oh, I see I need to do that, or I need, and
Well,
I'm like, nope, just do this.
That's the whole problem, right? If I'm looking at my to-do list and it's like, okay, I need to finish payroll, I need to get my marketing done, I need to do my orders. The walk in the sunshine can wait.
Right.
But really, can it?
Right.
And that's like a profound question if you think about it. Because if you do that every day, in one day you're like, sure, okay, great, I got my 3 things done. But what happens when you do that for a season? And you go through the whole season and you look back and you're like, I didn't do anything that was fun. Like, I didn't do anything that poured into me. But if you carve it out every day in small increments, that's the secret.
I love that.
So if you see us walking up to the
On the
square, we're just getting our daily sunlight
sun,
from Dr.
yeah.
Jennessa, who said she prescribed it. So,
It's
what did
so
you say?
important.
Mind your business.
Mind your business.
Just kidding. So
I'm not.
quietly we say that part. So a lot of us manage teams. What are some ways that we can encourage our team members? So maybe we're doing a good job of it. Maybe we need to encourage others around us.
Yeah,
to sort
so
of take a minute.
I think if you have a budget to work with, obviously there's so many ways that you can encourage your team to do things that are self-care. You can buy gift cards for massage.
Like Peace
Shameless
Mamas.
plug.
You
Yeah.
can do that. But I will say, I have, if I were to just like poll my clients, which ones feel the most supported by their employers when it comes to self-care, you do see things like where they get a credit at work. Maybe they get reimbursed for their massage or for their gym membership,
that's a
something
good
that
one.
has to do with wellness. The other thing that I see that's kind of cool is when businesses will do a challenge. Like, it doesn't have to be money related, but maybe we just do a hydration challenge. Like, if you drink your water today, you get a point, and they maybe work towards a prize of some sort. And then really above all of that, I think what's most impactful is to just normalize self-care conversations. Say things to your team like, what have you done, this week to take care of you? Like, people don't talk like that at work, but if you do, you're going to stand out, and your employers are going, your employees and people that work with you are going to feel more supported and more seen and more humanized. Like, I don't just care about you and the outcome you provide my business.
Sure.
I care about you as a person feeling good.
Well, from having managed a lot of teams, happy people produce better. From the iconic film Legally Blonde, we know that people who have endorphins don't kill their husbands.
So true.
So you're absolutely right. I mean, they produce better when, like you said, they can't fill up another's cup if theirs is empty.
Yeah. And just talking about things in the self-care realm at work, it goes a long way, because I think a lot of people, when they're at work, they kind of like shut their brain off to the more human aspects of ourselves, and it's just about, I'm here to do this task that I was hired for. But when you bring it in and allow people to be human and to have actual human needs,
They feel valued.
they feel seen, and they maybe feel a little bit stronger about being able to say, you know what, I'm going to take a 10-minute self-care break. Do
Walk-
something, go
Walk
take
to the square. Thank you.
go get a farmhouse coffee.
That's
Go get ice cream.
Ice cream at Bisabas,
Like we do
but have your
today.
water on the way and your protein.
I think the walk counteracts the ice cream.
I think so too.
Totally.
I mean,
Totally.
and the fresh air.
I mean, the calories just don't count at Christmas, so just kidding. So obviously you have a lot going on. You, not only work in your business, but on your business, and have a lot of things in your personal life that you do as well. So how do you balance those like obligations that you have? How do you stay on top of everything?
Not easily. Like, that's really hard. And I think it's really hard for everybody, whether you're a business owner or not. It's hard. I think we all feel some degree of overwhelm. you know, like even people I know who are retired, they're still overwhelmed too. We all have it. So I think intentionality is the most important thing. Like create a time and a space, as cheesy as it sounds, to look at like what are the things I need to accomplish personally, if I'm trying to find that business, personal life balance. Like if I really look at this list and that list and try to
sort of triage those things.
exactly, you know, look at, okay, I know that my to-do list at work is 10 miles long, and I could really work from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every single day, and I still won't be done with the list by January 10th.
She follows me.
Right? Like that's just how it is. And if you recognize that, then it's a little bit easier to negotiate some time to put into the things that really matter, and just really recognize what are the things that you're going to wish you did if you don't do. Like, did I take time off to be there at my kid's holiday party? I could have worked straight through, but if I had the ability to be there, I'm never going to regret being there, right? Like, or, you know, spending that Thursday afternoon with a loved one or catching up with a friend, just focusing on time for relationships. I think it's all about creating the intention to do it. Because if you don't create an intention, you're just going to plow through and boom, time's gone.
At the end of the day, you don't know what you did with it.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I was on this webinar yesterday, and I think it's called the Eisenhower Matrix. I don't know if that's the right word, but they were talking about, it says like urgent and not urgent, important and not important.
Yeah.
And, you know, because I think sometimes we just look at our list and we're like, oh, I just have 45 things on the to-do list. I need to do all of them. Well, some of them are not like a today. Like, we don't have to do that today.
And some of them you can just take off entirely. That whole not urgent, not important, just get rid of all of those guys.
And so it's like, we think like, oh my gosh, my list is like so long. But like, really, like what? Like, only these 5 things are actually important, you know? Like, you know, could we get to the other things and kind of, like you said, being intentional about being like, okay, these are the things I have to do, but why would I miss a holiday party for this thing that is not urgent and not important?
I could have
you
done
know?
next week.
Right.
And no one would notice or care.
Right. No one would. Awesome.
Oh, good stuff.
Wow.
So
okay,
good.
so what we know is we need to support our team members. We need to go get a massage. We need to drink water and walk up to Bizabuz's. Or farmhouse.
But more importantly, we need to be intentional.
Intentionally going to get out.
And just enjoy the holiday season, because, you know, it's easy to drown into all the other
There's
things.
so much. Well, Jennessa, my peaceful friend, love it when you come by. Thanks for joining us.
You didn't ask her.
We have
The most important question.
The most important question of all. You know, our podcast is called Coffee Break with the Chamber Chicks. Mainly because we run, and you're going to be so mad, we run on an inordinate amount of caffeine.
But not mad.
To be fair, I run on equally as much water. I just have a lot of beverages.
Good.
What is your favorite coffee? What's your go-to coffee order?
Yes. Oh, well, I am just a classic latte girl. I love a classic latte. I used to be dairy-free, so I always did my soy latte, but I also really love just a whole milk latte with a good, fresh, local, you know, milk. Like, you can't beat.
Fresh.
Yeah, exactly. You can't beat just.
And we have that. Where else can you live that you can have local coffee, local milk, and local other things? Honey. We were just talking about all the things that are grown in White County. There's a lot of local here. Anyway.
Yeah.
So our latte girl. I love it. Well, awesome. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks
on
for
Coffee
having me.
Break. Our peaceful friend.
We will catch you next time. Y'all make sure to keep tuning in. We've got a lot of other fun holiday things planned this month.
Quite a list of things.
So make sure.
But are urgent and important. So listen to the podcast.
And intentional.
That's right. And intentional. Look, the trifecta.
Very good.
See. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. We will catch you next time. See you, love you, bye.